Good evening, subscribers. Some of you will have noticed that I have been publishing quite a few shellac recordings in the last few days and nights. I hope that you're enjoying the music which I am bringing back here to YouTube. I have cherished what I call these Rothesay shellacs throughout the past decade myself. Now, amongst these Rothesay shellacs, I have to say that one of my favourites is a disc which I found, produced by Redemption Records back in the mid-1950s, and it featured what was the Billy Graham Greater London Crusade Choir. Billy Graham paid a very long visit to both England and Scotland. He travelled around England in 1954 and he visited many places in Scotland in 1955. Now, back when my parents and I lived in North Ayrshire, we attended a local church in Largs, and when we heard the news about the death of Billy Graham a few years ago, quite recently, who had lived to a grand old age of he didn't quite live to age 100, he died just before his 100th birthday. But I remember some of the older members of the congregation, they were very saddened by the news, particularly because many of them had attended Billy Graham's Crusade meetings in Glasgow and Edinburgh way back in 1955. Now, I had two videos, featuring the music from the two sides of this particular shellac. But I must admit, I am preparing a new video here combining the two hymns which they sang, and I'm also sourcing photographs from this book which I found in a charity shop in Glasgow quite recently, which documents Billy Graham's Crusade in Scotland in 1955. This was put together by the Reverend Tom Allan. I will just say briefly that I was very much blessed in 1991, when I was 10 years old, to attend Billy Graham's Crusade in Aberdeen back in spring 1991. That was when I first took a personal interest in Christianity, in God and in the faith. But anyway, enough about me. The selection on this shellac, it features two hymns, He Leadeth Me and To God Be the Glory. Joseph Gilmore supplied the words for He Leadeth Me. He was an American Baptist theologian who lived for a very long time in the northeast states in the United States, very prolific throughout the late 19th into the early 20th centuries, and he composed the verses for He Leadeth Me. He leadeth me, O blessed thought, O words with heavenly comfort fraught, whatever I do, wherever I be, still 'tis God's hand that leadeth me. And the other one, To God Be the Glory, which shouldn't be confused with Thine Be the Glory, which dates back to the 18th century. To God Be the Glory was written by Fanny Crosby in 1875. She was a woman who was blind nearly her entire life, but who was incredibly intelligent, and she was so smart that she actually progressed and rose to becoming a teacher, and she served as a teacher for a very, very long time. She was born in 1820. And she lived all the way up to age 95. She died in 1915. Even more remarkable than her longevity was her output as a Christian songwriter and poet. She composed thousands of poems and hymns, so many that to this day many of them have yet to be set to music. One of the most famous of her compositions, her hymns, is To God Be the Glory. Great things He has done, so loved He the world that He gave us His Son. And how many times did Billy Graham utter these sentiments? Thousands upon thousands of times, for well over 60 years.